Hello everyone, welcome to my channel SW Metro official channel.
In an emotional episode, Sister Wives, the Brown family gets ready to lay Garrison to rest. Garrison Brown was only 25 years old when he took his own life. The former Sister Wives star shot himself with his revolver, and the scars of his death are still fresh in the minds of his parents. It has been over a year since his passing, and now TLC is finally honoring his memories. In the recent episode, we will get to see that the entire Brown family will bury him. His mother, Janelle, was in tears as she fondly talked about her son. For a change, even Kody was teary-eyed. Seeing the Brown family members in tears as they talked about Garrison was quite an emotional roller coaster. The kids were all emotional and trying to console each other. It was not easy for them to accept that their baby brother succumbed to mental pressure. The entire Brown family is still mourning his loss. Sister Wives, Mary shared Kody informed her about Garrison's death. In the recent episode of Sister Wives, Mary revealed she got a call from her ex-husband, Kody, during her birthday shoot. She ignored it and wondered why he was calling her. She even told the crew members to ignore the call. Kody will send her a message if it's important. Upon checking her messages, Mary was shocked to read Kody's words that Garrison was no more. She declared an emergency and left the shoot right away. She called Janelle, promising to be there for her. Mary also expressed the difficulty she faced in seeing Garrison for the last time. Sister Wives, Janelle and the entire Brown family bury Garrison. TLC recently released an episode where Janelle revealed that the entire Brown family was together, but it was for a very sad reason. She revealed they were there to bury Garrison. Previously, Kody revealed they buried Garrison next to his grandma. As Janelle cried, her kids hugged and consoled her. It is not easy for them to accept Garrison's death. Furthermore, Kody was also emotional. He further added that he wants to honor his son as best as possible. The kids and the entire Brown family reached their destination and were looking across the burial ground. Fans were emotional seeing the video and empathized with Janelle. Many even highlighted that if he wanted to honor his son, he should have behaved well with Janelle. There were rumors that Kody and Garrison did not get along well before his death. A fan commented, "My heart just weeps for you all. The episode tonight ripped me apart." While another added, "Too bad Kody didn't honor Garrison when he was still alive." Another fan added that they did not like how Kody kept Garrisso's photo in the garage. Why couldn't he bring his own son's picture into the house? Mary and Christine were also very sad during the entire process. They could not understand how to deal with such a loss. The show runs a few years late, which is why TLC is showing Garrison's death a year after the actual incident. However, the death still hurts the fans and the Brown family members. It is not easy for anyone to accept that such a lively soul left so early. The way Sister Wives Season 19 handled Garrison Brown's death was so important. The Brown family honored his memory beautifully. More than 1 year after the tragic death of Garrison Brown, Sister Wives Season 19 is shedding light on the events surrounding his passing. Garrison was the son of Kody Brown and his second wife, Janelle Brown. He was also loved by Kody's wives, Mary Brown, Christine Brown, and Robin Brown, who all raised the family's 18 children together. Although Garrison was featured often on Sister Wives throughout his youth, his appearances grew less frequent as his relationship with Kody became strained. Following Janelle and Kody's divorce, her adult sons were largely absent from the show. Garrison died by suicide on March 5, 2024. In the face of such a devastating loss, it was unclear whether Sister Wives would ever broach the topic of his passing. Recent seasons have focused less on the Brown children and more on the crumbling relationships between the adults amid Kody's divorces from Janelle, Mary, and Christine. Garrison's passing had such a profound impact on the family it needed to be addressed. As brutal as Sister Wives Season 19, Episode 2-3 was to watch, it was also the best tribute to a life gone too soon. The Sister Wives cast each revisited the moment they found out about Garrison's passing. While Sister Wives previews hinted Garrison's death would be discussed this season, the way it played out was even more gut-wrenching than expected. Cameras captured Mary while taping an interview segment, receiving several phone calls from Kody. Although she ignored his calls and tried to focus on her interview, Kody told her it was an emergency. The viewers were all too aware of the terrible news that was on the other end when Mary finally answered the phone and remained on screen for a brief time. One by one, Garrison's loved ones detailed how they found out about his passing. This drove home how his loss completely upended the family's sense of normalcy. While the Browns are public figures whose lives are televised, they're also a loving family who experienced the unthinkable. The story was told chronologically and honestly, with each family member's raw emotions on display. The incident also gave insight into the dynamics within the fractured family. Mary spoke about driving to be by Kody's side and bringing food to Janelle. Kody spoke of consoling his children, even those with whom he had strained relationships. Kody and Janelle later discussed making arrangements for their son together. Considering the past several seasons of Sister Wives have revolved around the chaos within the family, one of the few bright parts of the episode was how the family came together in the face of such unimaginable loss. Garrison's parents and siblings honored his memory beautifully. While Sister Wives walked viewers through the circumstances surrounding Garrison's death, it also emphasized the wonderful impact his life had on his loved ones. Gabriel Brown, who was incredibly close to his brother, described him as an extremely genuine person who always felt a lot deeper than he expressed. He explained that Garrison brought an air of ease that made everyone around him feel comfortable, which he poignantly called the real mark of a gentleman. Christine related Garrison's fondness for traveling, stars, and fire. Her daughter, Mykelti Paedon, spoke about Garrison's humor, while Mykelti's husband, Tony Paedon, remembered Garrison's friendliness. Throughout the episode, photographs showed how full Garrison's life was. The family's words about their beloved son and brother perfectly described how one-of-a-kind he was, and even in the middle of such a large family, he had a captivating presence that could never be replaced. The tragedy encouraged honest conversations about mental health. When they talked about Garrison's difficulties, the entire Brown family was open and honest. Christine acknowledged that the entire family knew that he was sad. Janelle revealed that she and her other sons would tag team to keep tabs on Garrison. She also opened up about his struggle with alcohol, explaining that it had started during COVID and escalated in the year before his death. Her candor is notable not only because of the generally taboo nature of substance misuse but also because the Brown family's religion prohibited alcohol. The family's willingness to discuss Garrison's battles helps remove the secrecy surrounding mental health. Janelle explained that the tragedy forced her to have more frank conversations about mental health. She was aware of the trauma her other children were experiencing and made sure they had the resources necessary to cope. Janelle also prioritized her health and healing. It was important for her to stay busy, and she was thankful her move to North Carolina provided a fresh start away from the painful memories. Sister Wives' discussion of Garrison's death certainly wasn't easy to watch, but it was incredibly powerful. It put a face on the tragedy and showed the devastating effect suicide can have on a family. The discussion will undoubtedly help others who are struggling. It also shows the hole Garrison's passing left in his family, and while it can't be filled, speaking honestly and lovingly about his memory will be crucial to their healing. Sister Wives Garrison Brown's picture outrages fans. Janelle Brown recently touched on her son's final moments during an episode of Sister Wives. Sister Wives fans remember Garrison as the son of Kody and Janelle Brown. He was with father's 8th child and his mother's 4th. In 2015, Garrison also enlisted in the Nevada National Guard. Tragically, in March of 2024, his mother Janelle had shared the news of his death, which was later revealed as a suicide. He was 25 at the time of his death. Around the anniversary of Garrison's death, March 5th, his mother Janelle spoke on the show about her son's final moments. She acknowledged that she had been texting with him, noting, "And this was not unusual because he and I talked probably 3 times a day." Talking about his battles with depression, Janelle shared, "I knew he was struggling. And I always just picked up the phone and I always make it a point to just talk to him." At the time, Janelle shared the news of his death came as a shock. Gabriel had found him. "He's like, Mom, he's gone." "I mean, what do you mean?" He said, "He's dead." He killed himself. She continued, I don't remember the next few minutes. But I got in the car and drove. We knew he was in a bad place. We were doing everything we could for him, but he just couldn't get on top of it. Fans have been talking about Garrison's memory due to a recent episode. Recently, Garrison's memory became a topic of discussion with fans after a picture of him was featured on the show. I didn't think this season could get any worse, TLC did it, a social media user observed. Throughout the post, the fan appeared to refer to Kody and Robin through aliases. As they continued, this episode was absolutely terrible, centered around Blowup and Paedon, who haven't had a relationship with him. Blowup used Garrison as content for the show, telling Janelle to throw them out, the way they spoke to Paedon asking for more time with their father, picking on them for their actions during COVID, even as far as his remark about getting his pencil wet and he would punch them out. We never heard anything bad about Dayton, who was sent out to the RV they bought for him. Paedon didn't allow him to be part of storyline. Once again he uses them as content after his death, boring us with seeing signs he sold and even as far as how they were constructed. Most of this episode was them and no one talked about Garrison from that family and all the memories they had with him. This also comes out after another story in which fans talked about respecting Garrison's memory. In particular, fans disliked how a picture of Garrison was being handled. Seeing it placed in Kody's garage, many called this out. It should have been handled in a more respectful manner to honor Garrison's memory. The original poster also highlighted what this means for Garrison's legacy. As they shared, for the second time, Kody said he wants to put him in the ground. Absolutely disgraceful, we call it burying. Why is that so important to him? Make him disappear. Robert Garrison Brown was known to Sister Wives fans as a kind-hearted, independent young man with a sharp sense of humor and a lot of love for his siblings. He joined the show as a child and grew up in front of millions of viewers. Over the years, fans watched him grow into a proud National Guard veteran and a passionate animal lover, eventually moving into his own home in Arizona. Garrison had a strained relationship with his father, Kody Brown, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, when disagreements over safety protocols drove a wedge between Kody and several of his older children. Garrison and his brother Gabriel were particularly vocal about their frustration with Kody's strict rules and the emotional distance he imposed on them. Garrison had always yearned for more involvement and respect from his father, but instead, he received criticism and isolation. The tension between father and son came to a boiling point in season 17, when Kody accused his older sons of disrespect and betrayal. Garrison, however, refused to be silent. He defended his choices, his independence, and most of all, his right to live his life without constant judgment. Tragically, that emotional turmoil may have played a part in the deep pain that ultimately consumed him. The announcement of Garrison's passing, a scene that broke viewers. In this emotional episode, Mary Brown recalled the exact moment she learned of Garrison's death. She was in the middle of filming a birthday shoot when she noticed a missed call from Kody. At first, she thought it was a routine message or something minor. After all, they were no longer in a close relationship, and communication between them had become infrequent. Mary dismissed the call until she later saw a chilling message. Kody had texted her that Garrison was gone. Her voice trembled as she recounted the moment to the cameras. She stopped her shoot immediately and called Janelle. Despite any personal conflicts or tension within the family, Mary didn't hesitate to show up for Janelle during her darkest hour. Her loyalty in that moment was palpable, and her heartbreak was evident as she talked about the loss of the young man she had helped raise. Mary, like the other sister wives, had once been close to all the children in the family, regardless of biological ties. Watching her express sorrow and helplessness was gut-wrenching for fans who remember how the original plural family functioned during its early days, when the children were seen as everyone's, not just the responsibility of one mother. Janelle's unbearable grief, he should still be here. No parent is ever prepared to bury their child. For Janelle, the pain of losing Garrison was, and is, unfathomable. Her sorrow was at the center of this episode. With tears running down her face, she recounted Garrison's spirit, his love of animals, his jokes, and his protective nature toward his siblings. She spoke with love and guilt, perhaps wondering if she had missed any signs or could have done more. As she stood at his burial